É um jogo que eles ganham. Esse caso aqui foi contra Talon. E sobre mudar o meta, cara, vai mudar sim. Vai mudar algumas coisas. Parece que Zeri tá muito fraca. Hecarim e Maokai agora podem ser usados, né? Jace foi buffado também. Vai aparecer coisa nova.
Double smite?
Yeah, if we can't win these smite battles, we'll just bring more of them.
Okay, that's an interesting take. We'll see if
Lembrando que Ahri desse ninja foi banido nos 3 jogos da final, tá? Vamos ver se esse cara é greatest de Ahri.
The last time we saw it, it was a bit of a disaster for Minji. Like you said, it's not always it's a bit of a skill matchup, you know. It doesn't always go inside of the Swain, so we'll see if it works out
O
this
Bo não
time.
joga de Jace, não joga mesmo não.
In the level 1s, we do have Beyond Gaming.
Se jogar deve ser meio canseira. Todo respeito ao robozinho. Mas ele nunca foi muito Jace player na vida dele.
That timing difference in the jungle pathing here. Meantime, Vi still going towards the top side.
And it does look like both of these junglers will end.
Sabe o que eu quero ver? Esse nosso Olaf BR, Olaf top aparecendo, velho. É uma parada que é muito regional nossa, tá ligado? Se o robozinho vai querer meter esse louco de Olaf top. Fazer os caras não entender nada. Os caras blindam, sei lá, blinda Gwen. O robozinho mete Olaf. E vamos ver o que é que acontece. De novo, velho. De novo, velho. Todo jogo vai ser isso, mano. É só o Tenons não morrer, que eu acho que é nosso, que é Brasil.
First blood at just under 3 minutes coming in for BYG, and this is the start they needed. Get Minji that extra gold. He's gonna have that kill.
Acho difícil rolar um Olafão top. Pô, no Brasil é meta, pô. No Brasil é meta Olaf top. Quero nem saber.
And get a big buy for himself.
Yeah, a much better start for Minji. This time around, he's going to get the extra gold to pad his stats here. It all really started with that early warding down, so good job by Beyond Gaming. Meanwhile, we get a look at how Hanabi can play this champion. He's trading very well here. Likai has no flash. Furry coming in.
He's dead.
Likai is, yeah, he's got no window, so he's just going to save everything here. Not going to use Ignite. Does fall down. Gives the kill over to Hanabi.
Yeah, good answer coming in from the side of PSG. Of course, into the Aatrox, you'd like that extra heal cut coming in from the Ignites. But definitely a situation where, as the game progresses, he might really miss out on not having the ghost.
Cara, eu joguei LoL só hoje nesse novo patch aí. Não vi nenhum Hecarim ainda pra ter as minhas próprias conclusões, mas falaram que tá roubado.
So well into these melee champions or low range compositions, but at the very least, BYG, they have a good start to the game. Get really the weak point.
O Vulga vai estar habilitado? Creio que não. Acho que não vai estar habilitado no Worlds, não. Lembro de ter essa lembrança de em algum lugar falando que não iria estar.
Game number 3, he fell behind, couldn't roam with the Talia. Game number 4, the Swain was just immovable. So, game number 5, everything
the
on
charm
the table.
lands, instant flash in, Ignite goes down, Gory dies for the second time, and Beyond Gaming, they get the chain game.
Ah, não viu, tava vendo o zap.
So, game number 5, everything
the
on
charm
the table.
lands, instant flash in, Ignite goes down, Gory dies for the second time, and Beyond Gaming, they get the chain gank to go through.
They're learning, Clement.
Tinha a final da PCO.
Finally picked a page out of
Da Oceania?
the recipe to defeat CFO, right?
PCO Oceania, né? Ou é o PL? Na minha cabeça era o PL. Mudou pra PCO?
And here,
O nome?
they managed to find back-to-back ganks onto Gory. Gory still has the flash available, but who cares? You've gotten two kills on.
Eu vou assistir sim, eu vou assistir depois.
Denying him a lot of EXP here.
I'm not sure Mission
Fala, Guilherme, beleza?
or Gory would enjoy that comparison, but I think there's some kernels of truth in there.
Favorito pro Rhodes?
We do have
Eu acho que esse ano a gente vai ter uma final 100% chinesa, tá?
Minji and Husha for the first time in a long time in this series, can start
Esse ano é final
the map.
100%
Have that
LPL.
bottom lane that should be pushed in most cases here, so it could start to get a little bit dangerous. Ninja going to take a bad trade here, but he's has so much of gold lead, it doesn't really matter.
Crise brasileira? É.
Is going to start out this Drake uncontested here. Doesn't look like Bury is going to come here.
And that's the big change, right? Because you're able to keep going
SKT
down.
foi. A T1 tá, a T1 tá lá.
You have to be careful
Tem
with
T1,
how he
tem
pass
DRX,
here, but
tem
it'll be fine.
Genji,
They have
que é o
a strong
Cid1,
mid laner play around.
e a DK.
And yeah,
Mas
so
não
these
sei
trades
se nenhum
are so
deles
much
vão
different, right? Because you're not fighting into a lost
vão conseguir
chapter
peitar não, mano.
Swain. Instead, you're fighting
Eu
into
acho
a
que o
mana
time da
creep.
LPL tá mais embaçado, pra
The
falar a
base
real, cara.
damages are much different. And that
Vamos ver
has
se a Genji faz uma graça, porque a final da LCK foi
will have the ultimate
meio
now
stomp, hein, mano. Pra quem assistiu aí a final da LCK, velho,
Hanabi
Genji
could be,
T1 foi meio
in a bit of
stompzinho, tá?
trouble here. We see a three-man collapse, but he makes it out just in time. Good spider senses there coming in by Hanabi. And looking at the bot lane here, still a very sizable CS advantage on the side of Unified. Of course, a lot of it due to that Drake take here. But so far, that's the only shining spot on the map for PSG. Kino face checks. This one's going to take a lot of damage, but able to get
Cadê o meu
out.
3-0? Foi.
It's out before the stun props.
Pô, não deu pra ver a ordem do draft, né, mano?
And for
Mas vou
BYG,
procurar a ordem do draft certinho
top
aqui.
side, Lee Kai holding up so far. Hasn't had a great lane phase in any of these games, really, except for the Fiora, but even then was still behind in the CS department. Of course, had scaling factor. This game will still have a little bit of a scaling factor, although now he's going to have some friends to visit him. Did use the ward in the top bush, so it's going to come down to spider senses.
In comes Bury. He does have the ultimate. He's holding it there, but Lee Kai holding onto his E, and with the use of his hollowed mist, is going to get out scot-free.
Yep. And Hanabi on the Aatrox taking his chance onto this champion, also going for the Eclipse build.
I want to say this is Hanabi's actually least played top laner in the postseason so far. We'll see Hanabi getting kind of poked down, but he knows the buy is coming, so just backs out. And we do have Husha now starting out onto this Herald. This is getting a little bit out of hand here. PSG doesn't look like they have any will to contest this one either. They're looking for a potential cut down onto Blanco. Let's see if Bury can find him in the brush right here. He does find the Sivir. Holds on to the ultimate for now.
Yeah, no one really around to follow up on that, unfortunately. And now it will be a Herald in the back pockets of the side of BYG, along with the extra 200 gold. And it does look like they might want to just fight over this red buff. We see the collapse coming. And Bury's going to have to just... Oh, Bury does secure it with the smite. Or he's forced back off.
Didn't look like Minji wanted to do the collapse right there. That was a little bit risky for them, for sure. And I think Beyond Gaming makes the somewhat correct choice not to...
De novo, só coisa no mid, hein, guys?
Instead, they stop Unified from getting even more guaranteed gold onto the plates there.
Loud versus EG, quem leva?
Mid lane to play around.
O favoritismo é pro lado da EG, mas eu acho que uns 60 ou 70-30. 60-40 ou 70-30 pra EG. Acho que com um draftzinho bem encaixado, talvez da Loud, alguma coisa assim, uma surpresa, pode ser que dê nós. Mas acho que a EG é favorita nesse confronto. Mas é melhor de um, porra. Melhor de um é... Tudo pode acontecer. A EG não tá com a DC reserva? Tá. Eu acho que é Kaori, não é? Ou Koari, algo assim, o cara que jogou pela EG. Não foi o Danny. Mas vamos ver no Mundial, né? Não sei como é que vai ser se o Danny volta.
Picks up his items, and you know Hanabi still has to play under the assumption.
Pra poder o Impact? É. Impact é bom.
Hanabi is given some
Vai dar
resources
trabalho pra
to
nós.
possibly take over. Of course, has the
Impact
kill.
de Europe 1 Inspired. Vai ser doideira.
Should come online pretty quickly, especially given the fact that Likai did opt for.
Vai ser difícil esse jogo.
That's 300 gold, not going into a mythic. So Hanabi positions in a spot where he could potentially.
Mas dá pra dar, pô, dá pra dar. Não é impossível não.
This top lane 1v1. And that might be critical in giving.
Turtle tá onde? Turtle é da comissão técnica. Turtle não joga mais não, velho. Gameplay do nosso guerreiro tartaruga tá canseira já também. Vamos vir contestar front ou o Ari vai entrar por trás? O do Atrox também. Tá bom pra PSG isso aí, a Big não pode lutar isso não, mano. Ele tem que sair fora. Beijou. Ai, eles não viram que o Rakan tava de cleanse no livrinho. Não, Unified, que isso, Unified? Que isso, paizão? Pera aí, vamos voltar tudo. Eles não viram primeiro que o cara tava de cleanse no livrinho. Aí queimaram bastante coisa. Push da Seju, que Seju também deu o que pra frente. Rakan jogou bem. Rakan jogou bem aqui. Tá mesmo assim, o Sonhzão tava no chokezinho point ali, conseguiu zonear bem. Só que o Unified falou muito aqui, velho. O que o Unified fez, mano? Nossa senhora, velho. Resetou a área ainda.
BYG, they managed to find the fight. They don't get the dragon. That does go into the hands of PSG, but
parece que o Caster tá sussurrando, mano. Tá falando baixinho, não?
Everyone are going to be wanting to snag for themselves. And we see the adjustments coming in from BYG. This time, it's going to be the Leandries built up onto the Ahri. A little bit more damage here to cut through these meatball targets. And it does look like the adjustments have been made coming in from the coaching staff, relaying to their players as we will see the replay of the fight. Kino gets hit by the CC, and really well done with this unsealed spellbook because he's able to cleanse out, reset the fight. It's cooldowns burned by the side of PSG, and then he sees his opportunity, flashing forward, going in, gets a 3-man, and it looked like Gori's positioning was actually perfect because he's able to eat so much of this, but then as the fight sort of goes downhill, Unified overextends himself.
No Brasil, os casters que gritam muito por descolado, velho.
But someone doesn't get the memo.
Em relação à narração, pô, tá me dando até sono, pô. Rolou mó luta e os caras ficam tipo... Ai, aí agora, porra, isso, aí agora foi. Mó, dá sono, não? Eu tô louco.
And you know, coming into game 5,
mó treta, mó pagode.
Could cost you your path to world. So hope we get the top level of play from both of these teams. We are taking a look here, and there will be a pause again. We're gonna listen in.
Nigh impossible for them to make their way back.
Yeah, they definitely have a lot more outs this time. You know, it's not just get a massive lead in laning phase or in early skirmishes and then snowball. They can actually hang with PSG into the late game in this one, even with the Zeri and the Swain on the other side here. Bury might be coming into danger here. There's a lot of things going down. Bury is still unaware of his surrounding. If he goes over the wall right here, he could just run into a charm. Indeed, he does, but he's so tanky right now. Sin is going to be able to get out. We're looking at the collapse here, and it is Beyond Gaming on the objective first. It doesn't look like there's going to be a full contest. Maybe Bury can find the steal here. He does have the flash available to him, but it's a little bit too late. And again, the neutral objective goes to Beyond Gaming.
And it's really just a mythic difference, because Bury doesn't have his mythic, Gory doesn't have his mythic. Because BYG do have their mythics online in the mid jungle combination, it means PSG have no other choice than to just concede it. Now, I mean, look at this Minji build. He is already 1.5 items. He is very far ahead of Gory, as Gory should be very close to completing the Leandries, but it does mean you're still lagging a bit behind in your item build.
We have seen PSG just come back from these situations so many times before as well, so you know, we got a long game ahead of us. I like PSG's potential to kind of just...
Agora aqui, ó, vai começar mais ou menos esse mid-game. No jogo da final, eles estavam controlando bem mal o side. Vamos ver agora, nesse jogo que eles ganham. Eles conseguem, pelo menos, controlar isso. Ou se ainda vai ser meio badaras o que eles vão fazer.
Beyond Gaming to kind of weasel their way back and forth across these ramps. We're going to get Beyond Gaming coming in with the Herald fork here. Very standard play right in front of the Hextech Drake. Let's see if PSG are going to try and stop this. Looks like they're not going to be able to, as they will shepherd this Herald. But in comes the engage. The Charm lands onto Gory. He goes down. That's a fourth death, but Hanabi is holding down the front. Can he keep on? No. The Needlework cuts him down as well. The decisiveness works out for Beyond Gaming again. They get the tower, they get the kill, and they're turning around for their second Drake.
Second Dragon on the
jogar tiro bem, mano. Esse cara joga bem de Rakan. Segunda iniciação dele que ele vai bem. Mas esse cara de Ari... Tinin também precisa dar aquele ban, né? Na final baniram os 3 jogos a Ari do cara. Esse jogo aqui deu certo a Ari dele. Tomar cuidado com esse rush aparecendo no mid toda hora.
Second Dragon on the table here. They should have more than enough members to allow the recalls to come through. Some of their carries. I think Wako thought Baron was up and available because he was running straight towards that top lane, but realizes, hey, it's only 17 minutes into the game.
Puxa, o verdadeiro amante da vai.
Attention back around. And that will be a second dragon to their name, and that's a 4th death for Gory.
These flash-ins are just killing PSG. We're going to watch this again. I think Gory just got caught off guard here. Watch Kino here as
he got knocked back too.
Flash. Oh, yeah, so unfortunate. He didn't expect that one.
Yeah, actually got betrayed by the Rift Herald. The Rift Herald getting the knockback, puts him in the perfect position. Kino takes full advantage of that situation. We saw him excel on the Mumu pick, and if the side of BYG take this game 5, no doubt it's on the back of Kino, only doing 237 damage, but that led to all the rest of the damage pulling through.
A really good chain there. A charm lands after the knockback into Kino, just instantly flashing in, and that just catches PSG off guard again and again. And that's the problem with these battle mages like Swain. If you're not ahead, it feels kind of difficult to play the game out. You don't have the stats to just raw tank your way through.
Yep.
So the way PSG has to play this is they have to rely on Bury. Bury has to lead the charge when it comes to these team fights. Swain can't make it into the fray first. Beyond Gaming now moving towards the top side.
Por que esse Johnny rushou a porra de um Armog também, by the way? Só rushou o Armog, foda-se.
The big difference here with the Sivir versus the Zeri pickup as well here in this game is the fact that on 2 items, Sivir does do a lot more damage than the Zeri on 2 items. Zeri on 3 items, definitely a different beast, as you will just be able to crit from long range, but Sivir on 2, very, very domineering in these fights, especially when you're able to maintain that front-to-back formation, which is exactly what happened for BYG, because they're the ones initiating these fights. They're not waiting for PSG to come in on flanks, where all of a sudden it becomes a lot more.
Oh, peraí, vou colocar ovo pra cozinhar ali. O meu lanchinho da tarde.
Your Sivir.
Oh, we're gonna have a teleport incoming from Kino, using the spell book to the best of his abilities. This should be spotted out. PSG do know that this is here. Corey's still walking up. This could be so dangerous here.
Outro damage é melhor. Pode ser uma boa, né? Tipo o damage da Ari também dá volta do que dela.
Do have to back off in the end.
Yeah, PSG just trying to stem the bleeding at this point. Try and get.
Mas será que uma anátema nesse caso não é melhor? E mais barato e também você ganha muita vida? Sei lá, eu tô chutando aqui, né? Não sou muito Seju player.
Bury still yet to hit the mythic, opting for once more the Warmog start, which definitely.
Tu faz uma anátema, taca na Sivir ali, não é melhorzinho não?
Harder to utilize it when you are playing from behind.
E aí começa a fazer seu item mítico pelo MR ali pra segurar o dano da área e da Gwen.
We saw what Usha was doing previously in the series. It's just, well, my HP is infinite. You can't kill me with the burst, so I can still walk out. That's not the case when you're going up against this Minji. And we do see the Focus Horizon already done here, so even padding extra damage if she lands the charm. Being very confident about the play coming in here. They do have a ton of immobilization though, so it certainly could work out. It's very easy to chain this charm when you have a Vi on your team. Beyond Gaming now setting up for this situation. Kami might be caught out here. He's kind of baiting for it.
Nessa série eles estão controlando bem melhor a side também. Estão colocando os caras na side pra puxar bonitinho. Ninguém tá perdendo farm à toa.
Now we're just sort of waiting for this next dragon to spawn. I don't think PSG will go ahead and pull the trigger because it doesn't look like they're very close in some of these item timings. Of course, with Unified only on 2 items, it makes that also a very difficult task. Strongest member, not quite at the same level as the rest of BYG. And that should be a pretty easy 3rd dragon for BYG. And for PSG, the real contest will come around this Baron buff. Trying to prevent BYG from securing that, because if Beyond Gaming do secure that, this game becomes that much harder because you look at their composition, they have no wave clear. It is almost impossible to deal with these super or Baron empowered minions that they will be forced into engages that they do not want to take.
Alright, PSG look like they're gearing up for a contest. Everyone is converging on this spot. They might be able to get Minji to get the flash out of him.
Sejuani não foi muito.
Spirit rush here. He's going in goes.
Oh, another engage!
He gets a 4-man engage across the board right here. Corey is charmed into the front line.
Molinha,
He's gonna burst it through front to back here. Navi on the side. Corey still dealing a lot of damage. Trying to hold the break down. Hold the fort down, and Unite's going in for 4. He found 1. Can he get the resets incoming? PSG hold their ground, and they escort Beyond Gaming out of their own turf.
Oh my god, Unified almost had a certified Zeri moment even without those enchanters like the Yumi or that Lulu. Enough protection coming in from the Braum to clear up enough space for him to start outputting that damage. And it definitely was on a knife's edge for the side of PSG to suddenly full flip the situation, but now they're going to be the ones with position.
Vai ficar longe ainda, hein? Pegando no red agora.
Yep, it's gonna be a while until Usha can make it here, but he is gonna be in range. 4,000 HP on the Drake right now.
Pedar embaixo. Sou entrolou, separou muito.
Which side does the Drake go to? And it actually resets here, and we have the ricochets on the side. So much damage down onto Gory already. Likai just takes Gory down onto the side. So Navi trying to run away from the situation. The Drake does go over to PSG, but how many members can they still survive?
9 horinhas de live, comecei hoje, era 6 e pouco da manhã, mano.
Down, Bury's gone, and that's the triple kill. That's the ace. That's Beyond Gaming. Marching a big step forward towards a perfect ace with Baron to boot.
Oh my lord, Clement, BYG, they continue to impress in these teamfight situations where they're forced to make a play. Boy, do they make a play. That's going to cash in onto a clean ace, and the Baron, that is a huge lead against are reigning champions of PSG. This is
Fazer uns streams e esquece a stream aberta na tela preta.
very large lead.
Não, geralmente o que eu tô fazendo é, tipo, quando eu vou fechar, eu tô deixando uma livezinha de música por 1 horinha, tá ligado? Pra me dar uma moral, assim. Mas eu não deixo a live aquela 14 horas ligadas com tela preta, não. E caga muito também as métricas, tá ligado? Caga demais as métricas pro futuro, pra fechar coisa também, então... Acaba que eu não faço muito disso, não.
This is what we were talking about. Gory at this point in the game, he cannot act as a frontline. Gets caught out on the side there, forced away from the ramp. PSG can't get back into formation and Beyond Gaming.
Nós vamos ter que fazer live de 10 horas praticamente todos os dias.
That's why these rundown comps are everywhere these days. You get one reset, you continue with
Umas
the
lives de
chase
10
down.
horinhas todos os dias pra bater minha meta de horas no mês aí da Twitch.
I think that fight was actually closer without Sivir right there, but big win for Beyond Gaming. They're now up 8,000 gold. PSG have to pull out a miracle. I think the biggest lead we've seen PSG claw back, definitely in the J-Team games. I think that was about 7K.
E aí,
I don't
Gabezada?
think we've seen an 8K claw back just yet, but I know if there's a team that can do it, it would be PSG in a team.
Yeah, and if you talk about clutch factor, PSG is that orb that has so much clutch factor to them, right? Because of how veteran their players are.
Oh, the stun goes back
going
onto Wako. Can they kill him?
Is it
Before he
enough?
walks out. Is it enough? He's still alive for now. Gory
They
gets
got
the
him.
1,000 gold shutdown.
They're so
This
low.
might be the turn. Pusha also falling
Because
down.
here-
PSG looking for it. In goes Lee Guy, but he has to force his way through multiple members. They do get Pusha out on the end, but no extra kills. Gory holds down the fort.
Caralho, morreu
for
só
Beyond
dos caras,
Gaming.
mano.
He says not yet. We still want to fight to go for a chance at World.
Kai comes in to help.
Zé, ele tá fraquinho
disengage
ainda.
the situation, but for PSG,
Ele tá quase fechando o
that is
Gumi
a
agora.
Huge win for them. We talked about the clutch factor and immediately the 0-kill Swain flashes forward to or goes forward to
Rakan parece
get
tão merda
the
sem ovo.
pick
Como não, eles estão
onto the
andando bem
Sivir.
com o
They
Rakan esse
finish
jogo.
him off.
Já teve uns 2, 3 engages ali que o Rakan foi bem definitivo, foi bem clutch.
Those thoughts, perhaps they
Só
start
que aqui
turning
faltou dano da
here.
CV, né? A
We'll see
CV
the
tomou o engage,
replay.
tá ligado?
Incredible engage coming in from Bury,
Ele
by
não
the
conseguiu
way,
ficar batendo.
because he does get the ice ball landed because of the chain CC coming in from the rest of the kit,
Esse
which
deu pouquíssimo
prevents
dano na
Wako
luta,
from
tá ligado?
cleansing all of that CC.
Yeah, Wako actually steps up to the tower range right in front of the Sejuani.
Se a CV conseguisse dar mais uns 4 auto-ataque aí, por exemplo, tinha morrido todo mundo já.
Teammates definitely weren't in position, and PSG squeezes the moment. They turn it
Utilização
around
da Ari.
on a dime.
Ah,
Yeah,
cara,
he nearly got out, but he
eu não sou muito fã de Ari, mas pra esse jogo eu não sou muito fã de Ari com Liane, mas pra esse jogo eu achei justa a escolha dele.
Take away a large part of that damage.
Todos os topside ali devem buildar bastante HP, tá ligado?
PSG, their health bars were incredibly low. There was that opportunity that maybe Lee Kai
Vão ser mais tanques e tal, e a Liane ajuda.
up the rest of the team, but definitely an instance where
O Swain ganha vida
Look at
naturalmente, a
this other
Seju builda vida.
the Ghost would have just straight up mopped
Leandro é uma
that
boa
fight,
pra
and that
essa
would have
partida
been
em si.
World's clinch right then and there. But it is going to be now 28 minutes on the clock. BYG still with a really sizable advantage. However, it's without a Baron buff. It's without this extra push power, and it's going to be them just sort of waiting for the next objective to spawn, which is of course very, very soon. And PSG have done enough where, hey, we flipped for that last dragon, secured it. Now we can give away this current dragon.
Yeah. It's a really important point. PSG need a little bit more time. I think especially for Swain to get into the range where he can actually play frontline. That's been the biggest problem for them in teamfights so far. Looks like they're just going to give this one away. In return, they do get a lot of warding down onto the top side. Oh, actually, no. Not as much as I would have assumed right here. They get a ward down into the jungle. And we are just kind of waiting for the Baron play here. Beyond Gaming, I think with their engaged potential, they're going to be very happy to force PSG to make tough decisions and face check some of these brushes.
PSG, they will require the snap decision making of Bury who has stepped up in this
Mas
game.
mesmo assim, eles ainda têm uns probleminhas de...
It's going to require him being able to
Caralho.
land a
Peraí que estão tancando a campanha. Tem uma moça do IBGE aqui no prédio e tá querendo fazer uma... sei lá, uma consulta, uma entrevista comigo de certas coisas, eu acho. Primeira vez na minha vida que eu vejo alguém do IBGE.
But if they do lock him down and they do finish him off, the damage is
Falei pra ela voltar
very,
daqui
very low on the
uns
side
20
of
minutinhos.
PSG, right? Because you are stacking magic resistance. So this double AP solo laners will find a lot more.
Eu já vou terminar a live aqui agora. Ela falou que pra ela tudo bem voltar daqui 20 min e ela
Really good
volta.
point that you're making here. It's pretty much kill Wako and then roll the rest of the team. That's the game plan here. They've cut the lead from 8 to 6k now. Only Beyond Gaming indeed setting up Baron line.
Vou dar uma pressão nesses caras? Dá, pô, dá.
They do have a pretty fast Baron take with the Ahri on the Leandres here too. So PSG can't play them too far
Ela se
back.
passa
You know,
por
they
isso
have
pra
to
roubar as
stick around.
casas.
But they do have double
Não,
blue
roubar não,
trinkets
tá
here, so I don't see PSG falling for this one. I think they're gonna make them wait. You know, they have Bury in the front line. He should be somewhat unkillable at this point. And they've expended one blue trinket. That's the second one going down now. Beyond Gaming going in though. Charm doesn't land.
YouTube estavam fazendo isso.
There.
É uma moleque mal simpática. Ela foi super compreensível quando eu falei que na hora não podia.
Pretty explosive blue shot goes in onto the Navi. He was sitting on a ward and he didn't
Daqui a
know
pouco ela
about it.
vai...
And he survived. He gets them all.
Can they finish him off? They don't have the damage.
He's still alive. He can't charge through.
Ó, Tugintos, olha no sub.
Nice, capita.
But he misses. Corey as he comes out of Zanias. They get the one kill onto
Salve pro Tugintos. Obrigado pelos 3 meses, cara.
Peraí,
Deixa eu só tirar o ovo do fogão ali.
And they're gonna smite this one away.
Vou botar aqui um pouquinho.
Remember, they have a lot of magic resistance stacked. So,
Teve a luta, PSG começou o Baron.
Going straight into a Baron take. Lee Kai's taking a 1v1.
They're gonna smite this one away. Massive amount of gold being
But the
earned here, and
fight?
they're going in for
Wako?
more. Beyond Gaming are willing to fight this one through. Hushas coming up to get the chase here. Can the charm land? It does go on to Bury. And in
pegou
goes the
reset
crowd
aí.
control. First kill
That's one.
already down. And
Acabou
Hanabi
o do Swain, acabou a mana do Swain.
Can he survive? In comes Husha. Who
Husha's
does
here.
have the
The
season
cutoff's
to
here.
this. They're gonna finish off everyone. The top side collapses.
Pô, guys, assim, dos 4 jogos que eu vi, mano, coisa preocupante mesmo é só de bola cantada. É que esse Rush, ele vai fazer coisa com o Minji no começo. Todos os jogos ele tenta fazer isso. É um time que basicamente não faz nada de muito fora da curva. É explosivo em questão de luta ali, quando eles tiveram oportunidades com esse Rakan de ir pra frente e tal. Mas bem winnable, velho. Bem winnable. A Loud em cima deles. Acho que é um jogo que, pelo que pude ver da final, eles não controlam bem as sides. Esse jogo aqui agora eles estavam com vantagem, então é mais fácil também, porque você tem a CV pra ficar ali no mid limpando o wave, com o W ligado. A Ahri consegue ficar puxando o side de boa, a Gwen tava bem na partida. Então, de boa, tá ligado? Mas não acho que eles controlam o side assim tão bem, se a gente olhar os jogos lá da final. Acho que é bem plausível sim da Loud conquistar uma vitória contra esses caras, mano.